I'm Micah Smith, and in today's quick tip, we're going to talk about running inline Python from within our bot. Now, this topic actually came to us from a comment on one of our other quick tip videos that talked about advanced string manipulation. And the comment basically said, how can I extract some piece of text from a larger body of text if I don't know exactly how long that string is going to be? So I've got the example up here of a address that is embedded within some larger text, right? And we can see that there's a zip code. In the US, a zip code is typically 5 digits, or it's 5 digits with a dash and then like 4 other digits, right? And that is a postal code, and sometimes it's 5 digits and sometimes it's 9 plus a dash, right? So what we want to look at is how could we extract this piece of data when we don't exactly know how long it's going to be, and we don't necessarily know the preceding or text that's coming after it. So let's copy this text in, and I've already filled this in, but I'll do it again here, right? We're just assigning this to a string that's called find address. Now, the first thing I would think of if I saw some kind of problem like this is to go look at my string actions. And in my string actions, I would do something like find, right? And find would allow me to give a source string, and then I could use a regular expression. But the problem is it's only going to tell me where this particular string starts within a parent string. So if I knew it started, and I don't know what character it is, but let's say this is character 75, right? If it starts in character 75, I don't necessarily know if it's the 5-digit one or if it's the 9-digit one with a dash, right? I guess I could do that with a couple different regular expressions, but I don't think that's the best way to solve this problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some inline Python in this example. So let's go to our Python script here. I'm going to select the open action and drag that over. Now, when I set up my Python here, I can either choose a Python file, so that would be a .py file, that I could either upload to my control room or store on my desktop. Now, the nice thing about this is if I'm storing a file in my control room, and maybe it's some utilities that lots of bots are using, I only have to update that one time, and all the bots that are referencing it could obviously take advantage of those updates. So if I added some new functions or fixed some kind of bug, I could just update it in one place and that'd be great. I also have the ability to do a manual input. And with a manual input, I'm actually copying Python code and pasting it right in here, as well as choosing my Python version. The downside of this, obviously, is that if I had this same code copied lots of places, I'll have to go update all of those bots. For testing, this is great though, because it allows us to put some quick code in here and see how it runs. So I've written a small function that will allow us to extract the zip code. I'm going to paste it in here and we'll talk about it. So I've defined a function called findZip. It's taking an input of an address, which is expected as a string. It's going to do a regular expression search based on a regular expression that I wrote. And what this is saying is, hey, it's got to have 5 digits, but sometimes it might also have a dash and 4 other digits. Okay? So I'm giving the address, I'm giving my regular expression. Now, what's going to be returned here in postal code is actually going to be a tuple. And it's going to be a tuple that's a span. And it says, where did my match start and where did my match end? Okay, so just like the example we looked at, and again, I don't know the characters. If this was really character 75 of this string, it would say, hey, the start of this is character 75, the end of this is character 85, right? And what I'd be doing here in my zip is to say, okay, I'm going to take everything from the first of the tuples, which is the start, all the way through everything which is the second of the tuples, which is the end, right? And I'm going to return that as a zip. Now, I could probably make this a little bit more robust by adding error handling and making sure that it's a number that's greater than 0 and that we actually found it. But for this example, this is going to work. Okay, so we've got our small script there. That's going to allow us to find our zip code. What we'll do from there is we're going to drag over an execute function action. Now, notice here that I've got my session set up as default, which is what I left it as. Here, I'm also going to be referencing default so that we know that we're talking about this particular open command when I talk about what function I want to run. I give the name of my function. It's called find address or find zip. So I'll just type that in here, find zip. I don't need to put the open and close parentheses. I would just put the name of the function itself. I would choose the arguments, right? What I want to pass to the function. Here I'm going to be passing find address. I can only pass either 0 or 1 arguments to that function. So if I had some more complex Python, I might want to send something like a dictionary that my Python function could start to break down and understand all the values and then do data manipulations from there. For my assignment out, we'll just do prompt assignment. Yeah, we'll do that. So prompt assignment will return to us the outcome of our function, which in this case should be a string, which is our zip. Finally, we'll do a close Python to close that session. And then I'll have a message box. And here, let's put zip code, and then we'll hit F2. F2 will allow us to grab one of our variables. In this case, it's going to be our prompt assignment. We'll close after 5 seconds, hit save, and then run. Again, the beauty of this is that I can do a lot of really great stuff using the inbuilt commands from Automation Anywhere. But in those instances where I need to do something a little bit more advanced, I have the ability to integrate with Python. I have the ability to create my own packages using Java, right? So I have lots of different tools that I can use to approach these different problems. We'll do one last test just to make sure that this is fully working like we expected. We're going to clip off the last digits there. I'll hit save and then run. This should return to us just the 45459 zip code, because again, we want to make sure that this is going to work with the minimum condition, which is just 45459, as well as the maximum condition where sometimes it has that extra postal zone. Great. Cool. So this has been another quick tip. Hopefully you found this one helpful. Remember to like and subscribe to our content on YouTube and follow us on social. Go be great.